Put a finger down if you try to rebuke the devil with one or three of these sayings. I rebuke you, Satan. I rebuke you, devil. Devil, you can't have me because I rebuke you. Can I submit to you that that's not how you rebuke? And I'm going to teach you how to actually rebuke, given the new knowledge that I found from the Holy Spirit. Okay, so when we think about rebuking, I want us to look at it in two different contexts, okay? So first it's going to be in a spiritual context, and then we're going to talk about in a secular context, which is a worldly context, right? So when we think about it in the worldly context first, you have the connotation and the denotation. We're not going to get too deep into that, but the act of rebuking is to simply strongly reprimand somebody or to sharply disagree with their statement, okay? So when we see it in like a worldly context, if somebody is rebuking you, they're like heavily like disproving what you're saying. So let's say, you know, I'm like, I think vanilla ice cream is the best ice cream in the whole entire world. A chocolate lover would be like, yo, like, nah, like, are you crazy? Like, chocolate is the best ice cream in the world, and that's that. You know, so there was an act of disproving, which was me actively saying no, and then I said a further statement to sit up there and correct the statement that I deemed was incorrect, okay? But when we translate this into a spiritual aspect, when we hear how people usually rebuke, right, we just say, I rebuke you, Satan. Or, you know, devil, no, like, you can't do this. But when we think about it in a kingdom context, and we think about how, like, the Lord tells us that we have authority, we have to ask ourselves, is the way that we're rebuking Satan actually rebuking him, or are we just playing in his face? How many times have we tried to rebuke Satan and maybe like the principality or the stronghold or the thing that we were rebuking did not let up, you know? And it wasn't that God's power wasn't enough. Can I submit to you that maybe you weren't rebuking in the right way? Okay, so when we rebuke spiritually, there's two forms, right? Like I said, it's the disapproval part, and then it's the action part and coming against what was said. So let's say the devil is holding a stronghold over me mentally, right? So I'm having intrusive thoughts. Maybe I'm struggling with anxiety or depression. And I say, I rebuke you, devil. That does not really do much, okay? Why? It's the equivalence of somebody saying, you know, talking crazy to you, trying to instigate, and you're like, I'm gonna slap you. But you never really slapped them, okay? Like, you gotta stand on it. So we're gonna rebuke the devil if he's coming after you, if he's coming up against you, you know, we're saying, I rebuke you, devil. We have to further it by saying, I rebuke you, devil. My Bible tells me no weapon formed against me shall prosper. My Bible tells me, and you're coming up against the lie that has been said. That's how you rebuke. That's how you reprimand, okay? Rebuking simply is a reprimanding towards the enemy, saying that is incorrect because this is the truth, and you come and say,